What's up, guys? Not only are peptides the hottest thing right now, but weight loss season, it's right around the corner. And while everybody's gearing up for their New Year's resolutions, it's crucial that you have the right strategy in place. So whether you run a TRT clinic, weight loss clinic, peptide clinic, or you're offering hormones, this video, I'm gonna break down the exact strategies to scale you from 7 figures to 8 figures, and the exact systems and strategies that you need in place to capitalize on this weight loss season, which is January through June. Now, these are proven strategies that we've used to help clients scale to over $8 million per month and over 30,000 active monthly patients. So let's dive right into what it takes for success. So first thing you have to do is you have to understand where the boom is coming from. So for most of you guys are watching my channel, you probably already have some peptides that you're offering. I mean, peptides are literally the hottest thing right now. I'm a marketer for peptides, and I just get hit up by countless friends and family members wondering if they're right for them. I love peptides. You know, I've tried a couple. Last year I was on tesamorelin, ipamorelin blend. I did dihexa, which I don't know if that's a peptide or not. That was removed by the FDA cleared list. So now, you know, legally you can't market it. HCG. And now I'm on samorelin. That's what I really like a lot. NAD+. Those are a little bit more mild for me. Tesamorelin, ipamorelin, HCG. It was a little too intense. I felt like all I needed to do was just work out at the gym. I mean, I love working out at the gym. I love staying active. You know, I also run a business. I'm directly invested in about 10 businesses, and my time is limited having twins and being a new father. So I like to balance my time a little bit more than just spending, 1 to 2 hours every single day at the gym. A lot of people, though, they want to get in shape. 77% of Americans are overweight, over 50% are obese. So peptides are great for a lot of people. There's a lot of peptides that are more performance peptides. There's a lot of peptides that are going to help more with weight loss, just balance out your hormones. And I'm not the scientist on this. I'm not going to tell somebody what peptides they should take. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody wants to get on them. They're just really hot. But additionally, weight loss season is coming around. So what does weight loss season mean for you? Well, this is going to be a boom in TRT, in peptides, other hormones, and just overall weight loss. So if you offer any of these, you really want to make sure that you have the right strategy in place. And all of these are going to do very well. But as we all know, GLPs are going to really drive the major boom in these businesses. And that's all going to come from GLP-1s. Now, GLPs, these are going to run January to June. So this is the prime time season. You want to make sure you have the right strategy in place, that you have the right marketing personnel, not just somebody that knows how to market to those people, but somebody that can actually scale aggressively during that season. You don't want to be stuck spending the same amount of money in January and June. You want to be in a place where you're scaling aggressively, meaning let's say you might start with a very small budget of $20,000 a month in January. Well, you want to be increasing that month after month, going from 20 to 40, from 40 to 80, from 80 to 160, from 160 to 340, and so on. Most businesses, they've never hired anybody that has ever spent that. They hire whoever's cheapest, whoever offers a guarantee. If anybody offers a guarantee in your marketing, just run. They're not good. Otherwise, they wouldn't offer a guarantee. Rolls-Royce doesn't offer a guarantee. Mercedes-Benz doesn't offer a guarantee, right? The only guarantees when you buy are like cheap 7-Eleven, really cheap products. Those are the only things that offer guarantees because they have to reverse the risk so that you say yes to it. You want somebody that has a proven strategy. Now, everybody always wants to know, like, what did Eden do? That was one of our larger clients that we helped scale. For those of you that don't know Eden, they started with us. They were about like 220K per month. And, when they left, they were at over $8 million per month. They did over 30,000 active patients. And they did this in less than 12 months. Now, why do they leave? Well, once somebody gets to a certain size, they generally bring things in-house. VCs and investment funds, they don't want to see agencies. They want everything internalized. So it just happens. I'm in a position now where generally I either fire my clients, or the time I get fired is because we've done so well and now they're trying to replicate what we're doing in-house, which is, it sucks, but hey, I did my job. So what strategies were used? So with them, influencers was big. We've contracted over 1,000 influencers in the weight loss space, not all for Eden. We've actually scaled 4 other clinics to 7-figure months. All of them had influencer content strategies in place that we managed and ran for them. We've helped our businesses acquire over, I want to say close to like 10 million views across all platforms just from our hashtags driven by our influencers. So you can do the math. You know, if you convert an average Shopify website converts 2.5% conversion, like that's thousands of patient signups that we've generated for our clients. I think our largest influencer had a $250,000 per month payout from the client that they were representing. And that's just off of the commission. I believe they were getting like $150 per order that they were signing up. So you can do the math on how much they were getting kicked out every single month. Now, that's not normal. I'm not saying you're going to do that. And I'm not saying if you hire me to do influencer marketing, you're going to expect those results. Times have changed. A lot has changed. We're growth partners. We're going to look at the data and just make data-driven decisions of what's working right now. For example, the strategies that worked a year ago don't work today. Andromeda has happened. If you haven't heard about Andromeda, I highly encourage you, go back and watch some of my videos where I break down Andromeda. You might think you had the best agency in the world that has all this crazy stuff, but if they haven't talked about Andromeda, if they don't have a strategy for Andromeda, if they're still using this proven strategy that worked before, like they're going to have a really bad time. So I digressed a bit, but influencers is one of the main strategies that we'll leverage. UGC, which stands for user generated content. So think of like influencer content, but we don't have them post it. The difference between UGC and influencer content is, think of like an influencer, we're essentially white labeling to their audience. We're saying, I want you to represent my brand to your followers. Where UGC says, I just want your face, but don't post it to your content. Don't post it to your audience. You're just a good content creator, or you fit the ICP, the ideal client profile that I'm trying to market to. Maybe it's moms in their 40s. Maybe it's nurses. You fit the profile and you're good at content. I don't need you to post it. I actually don't want to be in front of your audience. I want to be in front of my audience. So we get them to create the content and we control it and we can distribute it to where we want. We can post it organically. Generally, it's used for paid ads. So this is user-generated content versus influencer content. Both are very, very important. Neither one is better. Neither one's right. Neither one's wrong. You want a comprehensive strategy. You want to do influencer marketing. You want to do UGC. You want to do paid ads. You want to do meta ads. You want to do Google ads. You want to do all of these things. So the strategies that we leveraged and that Eden leveraged to scale was influencer marketing, UGC content. They had to improve their messaging. Messaging is one of the biggest levers that I pull in these businesses. I don't think they understand how important messaging is. If you just run an ad that says, who wants to lose weight? Yeah, a lot of people want to lose weight, but it doesn't really motivate somebody to move forward. Where when you say, like, are you tired of none of your clothes fitting in your closet? You know, are your pants no longer fitting? That is a message that speaks directly to somebody. Hiring a mother who just got done breastfeeding, you know, is ready to lose the weight. I was breastfeeding and couldn't get on these GLPs. And finally, once I got done breastfeeding, I was able to consult with my doctor about a real plan for me. And he prescribed me GLP-1 medications. Since getting on them, I've been able to lose the weight, which has been very helpful, right? Like, you want messaging that speaks directly to the audience. And we help with that. That's one of the main things that we do with our clients is really dial in their messaging on their funnel, on their ads, on their emails, everything in between. And then we help them get on TikTok. And as I mentioned, they had a multi-channel approach. At their peak, they were spending like $1 million on each platform. Google and Meta, those were the big spenders. TikTok never reached those limits. TikTok is really like number 3. We want to get the influencer content working. We want to get the Google and Meta ads working. And we want to scale both of those aggressively before we even consider TikTok. Now, there are some TikTok strategies that can work, but I don't like relying on those. Again, I want to make my clients money and prove that I know what I'm talking about, and max out the amount of money we can make on these other channels before doing these things that are a little bit more, I don't know if risk. Yeah, I would say risky is the right word. You know, anybody can make money on them if you do them enough times, but I need to know with a high probability of success that if you give me money, I'm going to make sure you get money back, or at least be on track to getting money back if we continue in this direction for a short time frame, which could be anywhere from like 30 to 90 days. These are the strategies that worked. If you're ready to scale your clinic just like Eden did, I do take on select clients. I don't get involved in every business, but the businesses that I see are in the position for rapid growth, I will get involved in. And I take a percentage of growth. Think of a fractional CMO or a CMO person, a good one. They're going to want a percentage of the growth of the business. I'm the same way. I'm not going to work with any client. I'm going to work with very select clients and make sure that I help them scale to new levels. I'm going to oversee everything, all the graphic designs, all the content messaging, all the UGC. I'm going to put in my best creative strategists that are behind some of the biggest brands in the world, my content creators behind some of the biggest brands in the world. And I mean, we've literally created some of the best content for 9-figure brands. So if you want somebody that can oversee all of that, coordinate on all of that, manage graphic designs, editors, creative strategists, digital strategists, Google strategists, like everything that you need, have unique strategies for Andromeda. Make sure to knock out the application below. I do coaching for people who aren't in the position to work with me. Again, I don't take on just anybody. I manage about 10 active clients at a time so that I can pick up the phone, hop directly into their business. And, I'm in a position where I don't get fired by clients. I fire my clients because they generally aren't moving quick enough. They're not willing to invest, or they don't listen to me. You want to make sure you hire somebody that knows what they're doing and that has done what you're trying to do before. So a lot of these business owners, they value people that haven't done what they're trying to do. So if that's you, I'm not going to work with you. But if you do value an expert, you're willing to pay for somebody, and you want to get to 8 figures, make sure to knock out the application. Send me a DM too if you want some more insights into some of the coaching offers that I have. And we can also just create content for you. That's pretty easy. That's very scalable. I don't have to be involved in that. My team's really good at that. Again, we work with behind some of the 9-figure brands. We've got hundreds of content creators. We've got creative strategists. We've worked with some very large brands. So how are you going to capitalize on the New Year's market? The first thing is you want to have custom offers. Make people feel like they're making the right decision with you. So for example, hit your New Year's goals this year, $100 off this month only, right? You want to give them a reason to buy. Whatever your promo is that you're running, just make it unique to New Year's, because what's going to happen is you're going to see everybody have these New Year's ads, and that's going to be what people are thinking. So we want to be aligned with them. So have custom offers specifically to New Year's. You want to share tips. You're going to get a lot of leads. We see about 2.5 to 5% lead conversion. Now, these are for massive telehealth businesses, so different numbers on, your more traditional brick and mortars. But this is for like a telehealth where they have to fill out a lengthy, 50 to 70 questionnaire. You're going to have significant friction from those amount of questions. The drop-off rate's going to be very high. So of all those leads, 1,000 leads, 20 to 50 are going to convert to new patients. So we want to make sure that we have good marketing in place. So sharing tips about how to hit your goals this weight loss season. We want to provide value. We want people to engage and know that we care about them and that we're in business to help them hit their goals. Additionally, you want to focus on retention. So not only do you want to help people that haven't converted yet provide value, but do the same thing for the people that have converted. So you can create custom groups. These can be on Facebook or on Telegram. You know how many people don't know what the proper diet is when they get on this? So we want to give them reasons to stay with you. If they're happy and they feel like they're heard, they feel like they're getting benefit, do you think they're really going to care about like 20 or maybe even $100 a month? Not really. That's not going to make or break their bank account. The impact that you have as a business to how they feel, the results they get, that will make or break them. I pay premium prices for everything. To me, it's rarely about the money. It's more about everything else that determines why I stay with a business or why I go back. For me, customer service is one of the biggest things, the quality of the outcome that I get, the results that I get. So in this case, how can we help them? So custom groups are going to be great. Offering additional products and services. So if we know low energy, nausea, some of the symptoms that are going to happen from some of these GLP GLPs. We can provide them supplements to help with that. We can provide them specific diets that are going to help with that. There's a lot that we can do as a customer that's going to increase the retention, and we can cross-sell them with a lot of that stuff too, which creates more opportunity, more revenue for your business. Now, understanding these strategies, this is just the beginning. So if you want to dive deeper into how we can possibly help you achieve similar results, make sure to click the link below, knock out the application, check out the video on my funnel where I break down exactly the different ways that I can help businesses and business owners, or possibly even investors that are just like you. Let's make 2026 your most successful year yet.